It is summer and it is hot out. I feel like I jumped the gun a little bit on like summer fragrances and all that. Like now it is finally summer and I was inspired to go through my collection and pick out some summertime vanillas. Vanillas that aren't going to be too heavy, too sweet, too cloying when the heat gets turned up, you know? So I hope you guys will enjoy the video. Definitely leave your summer gourmands and just summer vanillas down below. This entire video was inspired by this Nette perfume. I was on Sephora looking at what was new and the Thé Vanille scent from them was listed as new, although I feel like it has been around, but I decided just to pick it up. I was like, you know what? I've had a few people ask me about this. Let's just throw it in my bag, whatever, you know? You guys, this thing immediately, I was like, I'm gonna need a bottle. I'm gonna need a bottle of that. Now, if you're a huge gourmand lover, hold your horses just a second, because I do want to warn you, this is not a super sweet, super cupcakey, or even necessarily a super foodie vanilla, but it is vanilla nonetheless. It's super aromatic. I feel like that Thé name on it really gives you an idea of like what's gonna be going on with this. And I think this is just such a fresh, beautiful take on vanilla for the summer and for high heat. Before I even looked at notes, I really felt like this was similar to my beloved Etat Libre d'Orange Sous la Pente, which you guys know I love, but this is like the more feminine, way more vanillic version of that scent. It's classy, it is uplifting, it just feels kind of invigorating. It feels like a refresher while still having some cozy elements to it. Let me read you some of the notes because I was a little shocked once I read them. So we have mate, salt, turmeric, and cardamom in the top, narcissus and magnolia in the mid, and then vanilla, orris, and CO2 extracts in the base. I'm definitely picking up on the kind of salty touches that are in here, which I really like, and sometimes salt can be a little bit hard for me, but I really enjoyed in this fragrance. There's something kind of earthy happening in here, and although there's florals in here, I really don't feel like they do too much. Like they're not super prominent to me. And then the vanilla and orris to me just create something a little bit sweet, a little bit creamy, along with that earthiness that just feels really fresh. It's such a fresh take. Really, really loving this. I'm telling you, I'm almost done with my travel size and I already bought the bottle. It's like on the way to so I am very, very into this fragrance right now. One of my favorites, a new love, and it really did inspire this summer vanilla video because it really does feel like the perfect summer vanilla, although this could be a signature and this could be worn year round, I feel like. If you're into the idea of a vanilla that's not too sweet, but you don't want something that's too aromatic or you don't want something that's necessarily too earthy, I would check out Amber Vanilla from the Seven Virtues. This came out a little bit earlier this year, and this is a very woody, musky vanilla. Again, you're not getting a ton of sweetness from this scent, and I feel like that's what makes it really nice for high heat. When you're out in the sun, your skin starts getting hot. Really, really sweet scents can be a little bit much, so sometimes you just need something that's a little bit airier than that, something that's just gonna play nice. And I feel like this is a great option for something that has those vanilla touches, but is not gonna be overboard sweet. You're not gonna feel sticky and like edible while you're sweating your butt off, you know? This has that ISO-E Super you guys know I love so much, which is like a woody kind of musky scent. It's very much a skin scent, and it reminds me of a vanillic version of like Glossier You, something like that. The notes in here are pink pepper, carnation, lily of the valley, ISO-E Super, ambroxan, vanilla, and musk. So good. If you love something unisex, woody, musky, and vanilla, and you're down with a vanilla that's not too sweet, I would check this out. Another vanilla that totally inspired this video is the Nest Madagascar vanilla, because they just came out with a body mist. So freaking exciting. I already had the body oil in this scent and I loved this. This is a very tropical vanilla. So to me, this is like a beachy vanilla without being floral. This doesn't turn sunscreen at all to me. It just has this really warm tropical vanilla scent. There's some vanilla orchid in here. There's some coconut in here. And there's almost something a little bit toasted going on. Like I said, there's like a warmth to this fragrance. It's a little bit sensual. And I feel like especially in the perfume oil, I get more of that sensuality. I don't know. There's something about it being oil. I don't know. But this thing is expensive. This is $90. I was able to get this in one of those Sephora sampler sets where you get to pick the one you want, and I went with Madagascar vanilla in the perfume oil. But I'm so excited that they're now offering a body mist, and I'm happy to say this smells so good, just like the perfume oil. Again, the notes on this: vanilla bean, vanilla orchid, and coconut, and this is a nice sweet vanilla, so you're definitely picking up on those gourmand notes: the vanilla bean, the coconut, something a little bit toasted. There's a little bit of something floral going on, but it's really a kind of tropical floral without going wearing sunscreen, and it's definitely one to check out. I love the warmth in here. I'm telling you, I love that little toasted moment, and this definitely gives that. I did get this more recently, so talking about wear, I feel like this is pretty strong initially, but I don't necessarily get the longest lasting power, although I'm still testing it. So definitely one to check out. They also have it in the Balinese coconut. They have a couple other scents as well. It's really the year of body mist. Let's talk about a niche offering. This one is going to be pricey, but I feel like if you're looking for a more traditional vanilla scent, which all of these I will say are primarily vanilla, although they might have other notes, I feel like vanilla is the main thing I would categorize them as. And if you're wanting one of those just like true vanillas, but a summer version, I really think Narcotica Happy Dust is the way to go. There are these fruit notes in here, but I really don't pick up on them. Like, I really don't. There's supposedly mango coconut water. There's also notes like mate, there's matcha tea, there's some jasmine, some Peru balsam. I don't really get that. I really just get a beautiful, soft, kind of powdery vanilla. Okay, the sprayers are so good. I just get this like sugary yet powdery, soft, sweet, feminine vanilla from this fragrance. Almost like a lighter and a bit airier version of Toda from Indulge. So I don't know where the mango is. I don't know where the coconut water is, but I genuinely do not smell it. But maybe there's just something going on in the background that makes it work for summer though. It's beautiful. It's more edible, one of the more edible ones here, while still not being too heavy and too much, I feel like. If you are a vanilla lover, it's definitely one to check out. I wish I got more wear time on it with both my Narcotica scents. I personally do not see the longevity on them, but I've heard from other people they get tons of longevity. So I don't know if that's just a me thing or what, but I absolutely love these. I can't wait to try more from the brand. So far, I'm 2 of 2. Like the 2 fragrances from Narcotica that I've smelled, I absolutely love and have, so love this. Okay, the one I think is the absolute most foodie and potentially the most dense that I'm putting in a summer video is Akro Bake. And the reason I'm putting this in here is because there is such a strong lemon note in this fragrance that, I don't know, that just gives it enough brightness and lift to me. And I think it works for summer. I think it works for summer. Let me know what you think. Oh my gosh, that opening is such bright, zesty lemon. It is strong. You gotta like lemon. Like seriously, you gotta like lemon. It's sharp yet sugared. So it really does smell like zest to me, but it's not so acidic and not too astringent. It's just on the cusp, and it gives that perfect amount of brightness to really lift this more dense kind of cupcakey scent that comes through in the dry down on this scent, which I absolutely love. As that kind of lemony open fades away, you're left with a really sweet kind of creamy lemony vanilla that really does remind me of like an iced lemon cupcake. It's so yummy, so sweet. Definitely one of the most edible kind of foodie fragrances I'm talking about here. I don't know, there's something about this that I feel like still works for summer, especially if you're in more of a dry heat. If it's humid, it might be a little bit much. I can't lie to you, okay? Because that vanilla in the base is a little musky to me, and it is a little bit thick, but in a good way, in a really good way, especially because it has that lemon, I feel like, to balance it out. There's also some boozy touches in here. There's also some whipped cream in here. It's just yummy. Definitely one to check out if you're a gourmand lover and you haven't smelled Bake from Akro. I do highly suggest it. You can try it at Twisted Lily if you want. I bought this myself, but I know Twisted Lily has samples if you can't get to a store that might have this to smell. So I love Bake. It smells so good. Maybe it's one to like wear in the summer when you're like in your house chilling, but it's still so good. I have 5 more vanillas to talk about. This next one, I do not own a full bottle of, but I am genuinely greatly thinking about it, which is so crazy to me because I didn't love this fragrance before, and it's just a testament that your nose can change over time. And I think it's really fun to revisit fragrances that maybe you didn't quite get on with, but you didn't hate initially, and see where you're at now. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Vanilla Vibes from Juliette Has a Gun. This is another vanilla that's not too overly sweet, and it's also a bit salty. The top note on this is salt. Then there's Vanilla Absolute and Orchid. There's tonka bean, sandalwood, musk, and benzoin. And I feel like this is a perfect pool time vanilla. The salty touch in here, for whatever reason, really reminds me of like a chlorinated pool in a way, but in a good way. It's almost like the towels of a public pool. I don't know, but someone had their nice vanilla fragrance on it. I'm really coming around to this fragrance, and I like that the vanilla isn't too much. It's a little powdery as well. I don't know, it really does smell like the public pool in summertime to me, and I think this one's gonna wear so well in the high heat. I don't know, the sample is not gonna last me long, and I can see myself adding this one to my collection very soon this summer because there's something about it. I don't know, it somehow is vanilla and a little bit sweet, but again, nothing that's edible. This doesn't necessarily smell like an edible vanilla in any way, but I love that it doesn't go sunscreen, it doesn't go floral even. It's just balanced really nicely. I think it's a nice, unique one. And if you're into some of those salty scents and you haven't tried this out, it might be one to check out. I do have a few Kayalis to mention. I had to bring up Utopia Vanilla Coco from Kayali. This is by far the most floral heavy fragrance here, and it's also the one that is the most akin to sunscreen, I guess you could say. Like, I just want to warn you about that, okay? There are white florals in here and they are very prominent, but there's also a bourbon vanilla note in here, and I feel like that really hugs those florals and melts with those florals because the florals in here also have like a creamy kind of undertone to them. There's something a little powdery, a little creamy going on, and I don't know, over time this has just become really decadent to me. This smells just comforting and kind of thick, but in a good way. It's definitely not going to be for everyone, but let me list you some notes. There's coconut milk, honeysuckle, pear blossom, and Italian lemon in the top, tuberose, jasmine, gardenia in the mid. So I'm telling you, lots of florals going on in here. There's some ambrette, bourbon vanilla, sandalwood musk, and patchouli in the base. I really don't pick up on the patchouli at all, but if you're looking for a vanilla that's still full-bodied but gives a summertime feel, I think this is definitely it. It has that coconut. It's like a creamy suntan lotion with the most vanilla and the most sweetness you could possibly have without it being too much. I do like layering this sometimes with Juliette Has a Gun, Sunny Side Up, just to kind of cut it a bit. That one's more woody. It has similar notes. It has the jasmine, it has the coconut milk, it has the vanilla, but it's a lighter, airier, woodier kind of scent. It's not nearly as sweet as this. So together they kind of hit this middle ground I really like, but I also like this on its own, and it's one to check out if you're looking to branch out and you're into white florals. Otherwise, definitely just smell this, okay? Because the first time I smelled this, I was like, what the heckin' heck, you know, like what is going on in here? The florals can be a lot, so I just want to warn you about that. I know a lot of these are really vanilla heavy. This is definitely the most floral in this group. But if you want something straight up candy, I would go with the new one from Kayali. This is Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, and although this one can also be quite sweet, and it does have that patchouli in here in the base that I feel like does come out a little bit, I still think this is a great one for summer. I just wouldn't overdo it. I would do a few spritzes, a few sprays, and leave it at that. This is not one I think, especially in the summer, to necessarily go overboard on, but it is so sweet and delicious. It's kind of bubblegummy, and I really like that. I think it's just a fun touch. There are like so many notes in here, okay, but some that stand out to me, I really feel like that pear comes through in here. For the super gourmand notes, we have marshmallow, we have bubblegum, we have jelly beans, we have caramel, there's vanilla, there's even some rum. Like, what is that? So much, guys. It's honestly so much, but then in the base, there's sugar, patchouli, vetiver, sandalwood, tonka, and cashmere wood. And I feel like as this dries down, the patchouli, even the vetiver, some of those woodier notes, along with the kind of sweet candied vanilla come through, and that's what I'm left with. I think it's a fun vanilla for summer. It's pretty sweet. It's definitely on the sweeter side for this video, but I feel like because it goes more sugared and candy-like instead of like really creamy or lactonic or, I don't know, even kind of like musky like that, I think it makes it a good vanilla scent for the summer. Okay, the last two I really don't want to harp on because I swear to you, I feel like I've been mentioning them in all my videos and I'm like, am I a broken record? Am I okay? But Burberry Goddess, I just think this is a great year-round scent, and if you were looking for a vanilla that I think would work great for summer, this one does it. There's tons of vanilla in here. There's some ginger, there's some lavender, there's some cacao, I believe, as well, but it's all done in a very perfumey way, so although those all seem pretty edible, it doesn't turn out that way. It feels a little more sophisticated, and it's just one of my favorite vanillas. If you think vanilla candy is too much, like too sweet, too juvenile maybe, I would check out Burberry Goddess. I think there's something in the base of them that feels similar, and this might be the direction you need. Okay, and then I had to mention Mod Vanilla. This is just like a sugary vanilla. It's like a spun sugar vanilla to me, and so it's airy, it's lightweight. It also has this kind of clean touch to it without being soapy at all. It's not even like laundry detergent or soapy like Kayali Yum Pistachio can be, or even how Boardwalk Delight. Like, it's not solar. Again, it's not soapy, but it does have a cleanness to it that again just makes it feel not too heavy or too much when the heat comes out. So I would definitely check this one out, or bust it out if you already have it for summer if you're looking for a vanilla to wear. Oh my gosh, I really thought that was it, but I do have one more. This one's a classic, okay? Classic, you probably have it. Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62. This is the pistachio and salted caramel scent. This is the original Boom Boom Cream. Am I layering my body mist? Yeah, this is right now, yes. Although this is foodie and you definitely get that kind of salted nuttiness from the pistachio and that salted caramel, it has a beautiful sweetness, and it's another one that I feel like kind of has a tropical scent. Like before I was super into fragrances when it was really just like the cream that they had, like the Boom Boom cream alone. I don't even know if they had it in a body mist at that point, but it just smelled like such a yummy summer scent to me. It really smelled kind of tropical and vacation-like. I really didn't realize it was so gourmand, and in that way it just reminds me of summer. I think it's a great, still foodie, still sweet, almost kind of sticky vanilla scent for summer, but it just works. Like there is something about it that's just sexy and fun, and I love it in the body mist specifically. Throw it in your beach bag, throw it in your pool bag, have it with you on the go as a refresher. It's just so good and a great vanilla scent for summer. So, okay, I didn't miss anything else. I'm gonna keep it kind of short and sweet. I feel like this one, you know, we kind of ran through them, but definitely let me know your summertime vanillas down below, especially if you have some different ones than what's here. I think it's always nice to discover new vanillas and kind of get inspired by all of our different collections out there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.